To discuss is Daquan Bruce, Concerned Communities for America Executive Director. Daquan, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Is there no doubt, or maybe put it this way, is there any doubt in your mind that these no bail laws do more harm than good?
Absolutely. You know, we talk about the need for criminal justice reform, and to an extent, there is a significant need. However, what we see with these laws is that we're giving criminals a get-out-of-jail-free card when we say that the bail system needs to be overhauled and there needs to be easier ways to pay bail. Bail is set the way it is for a reason. But then, two, in addition to this law, there's a whole list of crimes that are going to be non-detainable offenses. These include burglary, robbery, kidnapping, threatening a public official, and even second-degree murder. So with these laws, what we're essentially doing is saying that, you know, there is a threshold for how far you can go. And even if you push the boundaries, you can just get out of jail and do it again if you like.
Well, these people are not living in the real world. I mean, they don't realize that the attorneys for these criminals are going to use everything they can. I mean, that's what they're paid for. That's their job. I'm not criticizing them for using the law to their own purposes, but that's what they do. And in the real world, violent criminals get out and do the same things or even worse than they have before. But here's what Governor Pritzker said about this new law. I just want to roll the tape and get your reaction. Go ahead.
This legislation marks a substantial step toward dismantling the systemic racism that plagues our communities, our state, and our nation, and brings us closer to true safety, true fairness, and true justice.
You know, Daquan, one could argue that if you're looking for racism, there's nothing more racist than policies that lead to the death of minorities in America. And that's what these laws do.
Absolutely. There is nothing just, and there's nothing, promoting safety about allowing individuals who choose to break the law to threaten and to hurt innocent people, allow them back on the streets to do it again. That's the opposite of justice, and that's the opposite of promoting safety within our community, and that's something that Concerned Communities for America, we seek to combat. We understand that the only way to achieve true safety and true justice is to empower the men and women and support the men and women on the streets who are promoting safety, and that is the men and women in blue, and that is also community leaders who are actually providing resources to help pull people out of poverty, to help individuals who are experiencing, situations where they may feel that the only way that they can provide for themselves is to go out and commit a crime and not allow them to do it again.
And also do work in the jails. I mean, do prison ministries, what we used to call it, where you go into the jails, you work with offenders whose lives can be turned around. Nobody wants to be in jail. You can do that, but to just let violent criminals out, to give them a pass is crazy. By the way, even in states that have tried this where it's failed miserably, like New York, you still have Governor Hochul. She just came out with an op-ed last spring about our no bail law. I just want to put that up on the screen. In 2019, this is what she says. In 2019, the state legislature enacted landmark reforms to our bail laws. The reforms were successful. Fewer New Yorkers are kept behind bars just because they can't pay, and we've saved taxpayer dollars in the process. Whoopee! We're saving money by letting violent criminals out of jail. It's crazy.
Exactly. And while they're, toting the number of people that aren't in jail, what she's not addressing is the amount of crime that has risen in New York and that can be correlated to this law. You have, the mayor of New York City calling for support in getting guns off the street because there are now more unregistered guns in the city of New York than there have ever been at any time before. If this law really worked, then crime would, in theory, go down. But what we've seen is that there are more repeat offenders, there are more new offenders, and there are a much larger variety of crimes taking place in the city of New York.
And cops know it. And the mayor of New York is a former cop, so he knows it. You have cops in Illinois who are furious. There's a Johnson County sheriff who just said about what's going to happen in Illinois. Anyone sitting in jail right now with all these pending charges, they're going to be let out. The gates are open and they're going to be let out into the streets. So they know what's going to come and it ain't going to be pretty. I mean, it's going to make things worse, not better.
Absolutely. You know, I'm reminded of a story of one of the brave not widows, but wives of a police officer who was hurt in the line of duty that, has come alongside of CCA. Her name is Esther Vivi, and her husband was dragged 4 blocks, city blocks, when a young man decided to steal a vehicle, and when he tried to, perform a routine traffic stop, the young man sped off, dragging the officer Vivi with him.
Unbelievable.
This was a repeat offender. This was a young man who should have been prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, but because of the relaxed laws in New York and this same type of laws that are going into effect in Chicago and other places, you have individuals like this who can be on the streets once again.
Well, we've got a list that we put together, by the way, of repeat offenders that were let out by some of these no bail laws, and the list is long. It goes on and on and on. I mean, we could roll it all afternoon, but I'm just wondering if there are sensible changes to the laws and getting rid of some of these horrible Soros-supported prosecutors that we have. Will we see a return to the BLM activists out on the street, the Antifa activists out on the street, even after everything we know now about BLM, how they were, doing funny business with money to put it in their own pockets? And I mean, you've dealt with corporations that contributed money to BLM. Have they finally learned the lesson, or will they be funding them all over again?
Honestly, we've done our part to try to educate these corporations to let them know that their blind support out of fear of being labeled racist for the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation brought us the crime and the anarchy and the violence that we are seeing in our communities today. It didn't stop it, it fueled it. And unfortunately, many of these corporations haven't yet learned the lesson. And so our next step is to educate the public. We tried the corporations, and now we're going to the public to show them that, hey, these individuals who are backed by George Soros, who claim to be your friend, these public officials and prosecutors, they don't care about you. They don't care about the law to keep you safe. Rather, they care about the agenda. And we're taking that message not just to the people, but we're going to take it back to the corporations and put them on notice as well. As we educate the people, our goal is to amplify that message across the country. And, if corporations want to come alongside us and show their support for the lesson that they're learning through our efforts, that would be great.
Well,
but if
Daquan,
not, we will continue to put the pressure.
You're doing terrific work. I mean, it's grassroots organizations like yours that are going to make a difference. Daquan Bruce, Concerned Communities for America. That's the name of the organization. Good to see you, Daquan. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.